Hey, this is Mr. Mola with lesson 4-5. What did the mother buffalo say to her son before he left? So I've heard this joke a couple times before. I assume you all have too, so you can probably guess the answer without even looking at the options here. So on 1, 2, and 3, you'll see that they give us an equation, and then they give us a table. And we're just going to say yes or no, is that equation a good fit for the table? So pretty much we're going to plug in some numbers into this equation and see if it works. So like if I plug in -7 here, 3 times -7 is -21. -21 minus 6 is -27. -26 and -27, pretty close. If we do the same with -5 there, 3 times -5 is -15. Minus 6 is -21. Again, pretty close. -21, -22. Here, -3 times -3 is -9. Minus 6 is -15. So that one's right on, -15, -15. And all these end up being pretty close, even if you use some positive ones here. 7 times 3 is 21, minus 6 is 15, 15 and 16, again, pretty close. So I would say yes, number 1, 3x minus 6 is a good representation there. All right, and if I look at number 2, kind of the same thing. So I got -2x plus 8. So if I put in a 0 here, -2 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 8 is 8. 8 and 9, pretty close. -2x and x is 1. So -2 times 1 is -2. Plus 8 is 7. Again, pretty close. Actually exactly there. And then here, -2 times -2 is -4, plus 8 is 4. So again, exactly correct there. So I would say number 2 is a good fit as well. Y equals -2x plus 8 is a good fit for that line. All right, number 3, I think I might need a calculator here. So y equals -0.2x plus 15. I'm going to take some of these positive numbers here. So y equals -0.2x, and let's say x is 10. So times 10, and then we're going to add 15 to that. And I get 13, but this table says I should have gotten 0. So 13 and 0 are pretty far off. Let's try another one and see. So -0.2 times 20 plus 15 equals 11. And this says I should have gotten -4. So again, pretty far off there. Okay, let's try one more. Let's try 30 and see if we get closer. And I'm supposed to get 9. And I end up, the table says I should have -7. So they're all pretty far off. So I'm going to go with no. That's not a very good representation right there. All those numbers are off by at least 10. So not very close there. All right, and then again, 4 and 5, same thing. It wants us to use a calculator to do this. We've done it a lot in the past, 2 sections at least, so let's just kind of look at these and see. First, let's look at the y-intercept here, because that'll kind of give us the answer for 4. So we have -20, -20, and +20. If you look here, our y-intercept is 0 and 21. So that's not a -21. So unless this graph is off by 40, we know it's not going to be any of those two. So it's going to be letter S there. All right, and then if we look at number 5, our y-intercept is 0, -5, and then kind of the same thing. Not +4, not +4. It's going to be this one that has the -4 in it. Same thing, if one of those was close and it had 2 -4s or 2 +20s, we could always look at the slope. And is it going up by 4 or is it going down by 4? Is it going, same thing, down by 4 or is it going up by 4? So between the y-intercept and the slope, you should pretty much have a pretty good idea of which equation it's going to be when it's multiple choice like that. All right, so the answer to the joke then, what did the mother buffalo say to her son before he left? She said, "Bye, son."